It was just a fluke. I mean, it really was. My mom, when she was pregnant with me, perfectly healthy, was not sick ever, did not do drugs, was not drinking, didn't smoke. It was just one of those things that's like being struck by lightning.
Back then, they didn't do ultrasounds on every pregnant lady.
No one had any idea that there was anything wrong physically with me. And halfway through her labor, the doctors realized that there was something odd, and they knocked her out. And when she woke up, I was nowhere to be seen. She immediately was just, where's my baby? What's going on? And my dad said, she's fine. She's perfectly healthy. She was born without her legs. And my mom's response was, is that it?
When she was about 8 months old, they said when she begins to stand up, pull herself to standing, then we'll fit her with a little pair of legs called rocker bottoms. And they had sort of a convex bottom to them, so that when she walked, it would be a kind of she'd just roll a little bit off of each leg.
When I was a baby, my parents were told by doctors that I might not ever walk. There was actually even a doctor that my mom went to when I was still pretty little, and said to my mom, well, she'll never be an athlete, but the world has enough of those and she'll find other things that she's good at.
And he was right. She's a wonderful singer. She's a great actress. But she can run. She does run.
There's something about wearing a jacket and wearing a uniform that says USA on it. It's just, there's so much pride in that. I was to just run the 100 meters. My goal was to run it in under 18 seconds. I had yet to run a sub 1800. We were in this huge soccer arena, and there were thousands of people there, and we were on jumbotrons, and they introduced us, and it was just one of the most bizarre experiences ever, especially for somebody that's not used to that kind of thing. They finally posted, it said Katy Sullivan, USA, 17.68 seconds. I started jumping up in the air and screaming, and the entire crowd erupted. And I was just so excited. It was just that one of those moments in your life that's just raw emotion and pure elation and pride in something that you've accomplished. Running that 17.68 100 meters, it put me in a position to be on the team. So I was on the team training at the Olympic Training Center in Chula Vista, California with the coaches down there, and it was like a job. Training became a job, and I was supposed to go to China. I was slated to go. It was in my, I had written it into my calendar. It was not even a question. I was warming up, and I went to take off and do some sprints, and I hit my toe. It all happened really kind of in slow motion, but sort of fast at the same time. I went flying into the air, and I landed on my neck and my face on the track. I laid on the track for a second and sort of assessed, you kind of mentally do a body check. And I was laying like this, and I lifted up, and I thought I was okay, and then I saw there was blood all the way down my arm, and I had scraped my face pretty bad. I had to get stitches. We didn't realize it right away, but I had really hurt my back. And this was 5 days before nationals, and I could barely shift myself in a seat without being in a lot of pain. They had actually asked me to come to nationals and to sing the national anthem. I was supposed to run and all of that stuff, but I had built team camaraderie, and I cared about those people so much that I was just like, you know what, I'm hurting, but I'm gonna go anyway. I'm gonna travel, and I'm gonna go, and it was really important for me to sing the national anthem and to support my team. I had to sit there in the stands and watch my 100. I had to watch my heat, and I just had tears rolling down my face because I knew that opportunity to go to China was just, it was just like disappearing in front of your. And it was something that I had set as a goal for myself for 2.5 years. It was almost all I focused on. And it had become such an important thing. And there's something about setting a goal that's that extraordinary and that huge, is that when you set yourself up, you got a lot farther to fall. So it was hard. It was really, really devastating, and it was tough to know, the day they were leaving for China.
I was a fat kid when I was a child. I was always a big kid. I've been on a diet since the day I was born. When I was 6 months old, I almost died of dehydration. I think that's how I became deaf in my right ear. So that's kind of why I talk out of the side of my mouth a little bit. I talk to the good ear. And then at 18 months, I was doing flips off the diving board into the pool. So I've always been a daredevil, crazy, carefree lifestyle. Always wanted to try anything. That's the way that my parents raised me, was not necessarily be rambunctious, but just do absolutely anything, live life to the fullest. So I always did. I played football for 7 years. I ended up starting at center and got named co-captain of the team. Some of the greatest memories were playing football. Now, after going through what I've gone through, I'm ecstatic that I spent every single second of my life on my feet doing anything that I could possibly do. We used to run up and down those steps for practice. 60 football players in full gear running up and down those steps on a hot day. My parents taught me to make sure I did everything I could in every possibility to work as hard as I could to make the most out of every situation. And I use that every single day of my life. My main motto in life is work hard, play hard. And that's probably what put me in the chair. I called up a buddy of mine. He is big into extreme sports. He's a rock climber, he's a scuba diver, he's a skydiver, all that stuff. And I said, hey, I was a semifinalist for Survivor. I would like to get farther in the process next time. Can you train me in extreme sports? And he said, sure. We're going bouldering on Tuesday. And I said, great, what's bouldering?
We are on our way to Challenged Athletes Foundation running clinic, and it's a clinic they do every year. And 3 years ago, this month, I went to this clinic, the same clinic, and I had never run before in my life. I moved to LA to pursue, you know, television and film and all of that stuff. And when you move to the other side of the country, you have to find somebody who can maintain your hardware if you wear prosthetic legs. Hanger, my prosthetic company, gifted me a pair of running feet.
All right, yeah, I think they're okay. Do you want to put them on? Let me know how they feel.
Yes, ma'am. My goal was to be more involved in prosthetics and to be more of somebody who was a role model for people and things like that. And we felt one of the avenues to get there was to, you know, do the disabled sports route. I had never run before. I had no muscle memory or sense memory of running. If there had been a Olympic, Paralympic category of bouncing, gold. Like, I would have totally won. But it took me a long time to figure out the mechanics of running. The people I was working with would be like, that's not running. And I would be like, I know. I don't know what else to do. I didn't know what I was doing. So I went to a running clinic. There's an organization that has disabled sports.
Rotating the tennis ball and doing this, I mean, you're also stabilizing your ankle on your sound side. You're stabilizing your knee, so you're using all the muscle groups in your leg. What's happening is it's this multi-axial motion that you're getting here, okay? Because you're kind of falling, and it's just learning how to stabilize those muscles, firing those muscles, and controlling your prosthesis.
When you're running, and you know, sometimes you will catch a toe or you take a bad step. You've got to be able to adjust with your sound leg just as well. You know, I'll take a couple steps and then back to running again. You know, so.
How's the movie business?
Good. Man, I miss you, Coach Cruz.
Yeah, you have been out for what?
No. I got injured right before Nationals last year. So just less than a year. But I'm getting back. Somebody worked with me that day, and they said that it was the silliest thing, but they talked about your upper body needing to be as relaxed as possible.
You just go
sound?
here, okay, little bit,
Okay.
and here. Just by lifting, putting all the weight in your leg, you fire them out.
That's okay. Don't worry about knocking the cones over. That's what I'm here. I'm here to pick them up. Good job, Travis. Yeah, I can feel that burn.
There you go.
So,
nice.
also, you're going to be getting a little bit of extra stretching. Now, if you feel too much of...
One of the things they said was to imagine that you're palming a potato chip when you run, but you don't want to break the potato chip. And for some reason, that image, that metaphor, helped me relax. And that day was the first time I ever ran. I'd never moved that fast. You really feel powerful. And it's hard. It's really hard.
You gotta trust. You gotta trust what you have and challenge yourself. Okay? You're a runner, you're a runner. If you're having problems doing other things because of strength, okay? Then trust. So keep running. And the trust and the strength will come.
I very quickly understood the runner's high. You just feel amazing at the end of a run. There is nothing like it.
That was good.
So actually, this is the part that it was right here that he was trying to get around, and this is where he was up here. Jay had already fallen in twice to the water behind me where it was fine, and then his third time, he's had wet feet and such. For some reason, he had gone a little higher. I think his lowest foot was probably this high compared to my foot being right where it is. And this is where he just kind of said, all right, I'm going in. And I said, okay. And he did this back handspring type thing right over there, and that's where he smacked his neck.
Yep.
Right there.
I think that might be the rock.
Yep. And then Russ came running across here. I jumped in from here, flipped him over. We brought him right over there.
And one of the photos I took is actually
the splash.
at
the moment of impact, pretty much.
It is.
Yeah.
He's got on camera, he's got the splash of when he broke his neck. And that's when he had fallen in and he was face down and he's kind of doing his arms like this. And we got a good laugh out of that. I'm like, jokester.
Yeah, we thought Jay was messing around or just mad that he didn't make it. So,
and then you said, I see blood, or I think I see blood. And then he was just sitting, like we were laying in this water, and it's really chilly water.
Yeah.
So about 5 minutes after, pulled him right here. This is where he laid, right here.
Yep.
You were behind him. And then I just bolted back through this whole mess.
As they were pulling me out, I saw my legs bouncing on the rocks, and it looked like that should scrape, and they looked like they were made of rubber, and it looked like it should hurt, but it didn't.
The craziest thing is, we all wonder what it would be like in a situation like that or given. And the person who was the most calm through the entire thing was Jay. And he just kind of sat there very quietly, or laid there very quietly, and had good spirits the whole time.
They kept it very, very tranquil. So then Marcus just kind of looked around, surveyed the situation, and he said, I think we're going to need an airlift. So they lifted me all the way up and got me in the helicopter, took me to UCLA Medical Center, where I underwent a 9.5-hour surgery, and I woke up a quadriplegic.
Jay had a tracheostomy.
Now he can move his tongue.
Yeah, apparently he can move his tongue. And what the tracheostomy is, it replaces his current breathing tube with one that's in his neck, which makes it a lot better for him to breathe. Yeah, right down there, he's pointing at it. And he can also start slowly whispering and talking, which I don't know if is good for us, but it's good for him.
I shattered my C5. Cervical levels run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And C5 is right smack in the middle. Christopher Reeve, to give you a frame of reference, was C2. He couldn't breathe on his own. That's what happens when you break your C2. So I'm extraordinarily lucky having just shattered my C5. So what has been replaced by my C5 is a metal plate with screws and rods.
It's your new tube top.
That looks sexy.
Okay.
Dead sexy.
Michael Brooks would be proud.
Jealous.
Oh, it's getting it over those shoulders, huh?
Trying to stretch it out. This is like a large.
We should have gotten an X.
Really.
Should have gone for the double X.
I didn't have a choice. They gave it to me.
Do it, baby, do it.
There you go. Wow.
Yeah?
I did not start doing stand-up until after I broke my neck. Ha ha ha. There's a joke in there somewhere. I always wanted to try it. I've done sketch comedy for years. I've been acting for pretty much 17 years now. And I've always wanted to try stand-up comedy. Never had the guts to do it.
Scene number 2586, and I said to myself, self, that must be May May and the girls, period, quotation marks. Once again, collectively, we are Clockwork Apple. Individually, we are Bill Hader,
Amy Rutledge,
Roberto Cramer, Jay Cramer.
It's a scary thing, being up there all by yourself because you've got nobody else to protect you. I went through Second City, absolutely loved it, had an amazing time. Then after I broke my neck, I figured, okay, let's give it a shot. So I gave it a shot, and people were laughing, so I fell in love with it. And my number one thing in life is to laugh, is to laugh and to hear people laugh and to make people laugh. There's nothing greater. The greatest word in the English language is laughter.
My name is Jay Cramer. For those of you who don't know me, I broke my neck 3.5 years ago. And 4 months after that, I started doing stand-up comedy. Because that's when life got funny. I'm a pretty happy guy, though. People come up to me, they say, Jay Cramer, you broke your neck. How are you so happy? Jay Cramer, you fell off the mountain. How are you so happy? Jay Cramer, you are in a wheelchair. How are you so happy? Buddy, it's because I've been avoiding you. But yeah, I'm a pretty happy guy. The reason why? My shoes. Take a look at my shoes. Perfect. Brand spanking new, right? Wrong. I've been wearing these for 14 months straight. Not a blemish.
How are you? Good. Good to see you. How you been?
Okay. Just went to Disneyland all day yesterday.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
How was it?
That was good. You go to the guest relations office and you get one of those little tags to get in front of every line. We went on like 25 rides. You can never do that anymore.
No. How are you? Nice to meet you too. Thank you. It's nice to meet you. How's everything going? Yeah? Cool. Do you come to this meeting a lot?
Yeah, I've been the vice president, secretary, treasurer.
Gotcha.
15 years.
Gotcha. That's awesome. It's good to be. It feels good to be involved. You know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like suicidally depressed for a year, and then someone brought me the meeting, and they laughed and thought they had a life, and it switched my whole life. Just completely.
You feel less alone in the world. Yeah.
And I thought my life was over.
One of the prosthetists that works for Hanger started this group back in the 70s. So it's been around for a long time.
Today we've got a wonderful full group, and I hope that the result is that you enjoy yourselves, get some fellowship, trade stories, especially if you've got questions not only of our speakers but of one another. So please, that's the reason for our getting together. What I'd like to do real quickly is ask the people who are here for the first time first to introduce themselves.
Yeah, this is the first time I've come to a meeting.
What's your name?
Bob Schumann.
What's wrong with you?
Below knee amputation. Traumatic.
Traumatic, okay.
I lost my hand in a water skiing accident in September of last year.
This is my wife, and she lost right leg due to vascular disease, below knee diabetes. Her dad and her mother came to visit, if you don't mind my mentioning for a minute, came to visit them. In 5 days they were involved in a very traumatic automobile accident, and he lost both legs. She broke both ankles. Thank God she's walking, but he's just going to have to learn, what it's like. And maybe some of you, Frank's already visited. Katy's going to be visiting. It's great to have you. Katy, why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Katy Sullivan. I'm a bilateral above knee amputee. So I had the incredible fortune to be born into a family that didn't see my disability as lack. They just saw it as, okay, this is the hand we were dealt. Let's make the best of it. And they encouraged me to try anything and everything. Hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
Chloe.
Chloe, it's nice to meet you. I'm Katy. Hi.
Stevie.
Nice to meet you. I'm the youngest of 4, and I grew up wanting to do everything that my siblings were doing. My sister was an incredible swimmer, so I joined the swim team, and she was a cheerleader, so I did gymnastics, and I was very good at certain things like the bars. I was really good at the bars. Not so good at back handsprings. Trying to do a back handspring without calves is really tricky. And if anybody figures it out, call me, because I still haven't been able to figure it out. So I got frustrated, but I honestly think that's one of the reasons why I started to look for other outlets to be creative and to have fun. About 3 years ago, I got a pair of running feet, and I started running. So that was a whole nother ballgame. I immediately had horrible back pain and had to go to physical therapy to work on my abs. But, and for any amputee, for any person who's, you know, has stability issues, the best thing that you can do is work on your abs, work on your core. The stronger you are here, the more solid you're going to be, and the less, the easier it's going to be to catch yourself or to be strong, to, you know, to not take a fall and that sort of thing.
Is it true to say that you've been walking all your life?
Yes, ma'am. I've never owned a wheelchair. I had really terrible contractures when I was born. My legs were stuck up in the fetal position all the way up to my chest. So my mom had to, every day when I was an infant, take my hand. She said my leg fit in the palm of her hand, and she had to push them down and stretch my hip flexors, because my contractures were so intense that, and had she not done that, would I be standing here talking to you today? Maybe not. I've competed internationally in track, and unofficially have the world record in the 200 meter.
Did you go to China?
I got injured 4 days before nationals last year. We decided to see what would happen if we went to a track meet. They had, it's called the Endeavor Games, and I had been running for about a month when we went to this track meet. I was very nervous. They call us for the 60 meter, and I looked to my left and I looked to my right, and on either side of me was 10-year-olds. And at that moment, first of all, I was not going to let any of those kids beat me. And second of all, it was humbling, because it was a moment where I really realized that I was truly doing something totally new that I'd never done before. And it was a moment in my life where I realized you really have to walk before you can run. You really have to go through the motions and take the steps to achieving something. I got to the end of that race, and I really had to examine why I was doing this, who was I doing it for, and did I really want to be a part of track? Was that something, it was not something that I planned, and was it something that I really wanted to pursue? I eventually decided that I did. I wanted to give it a shot, and that's when I really started to train and to work hard. The human spirit is an incredible thing, and when you truly set your mind to something, it's amazing what you can accomplish.
Anybody home? Where is her? Yeah. How are you doing, sir? Welcome back. And playing chess again in the internet.
You play chess how long?
Yeah, like maybe 2.5 hours. That's really addicting, you know.
I think it's important for you to get sleep instead of playing chess.
But maybe I can't sleep without playing chess, that's the problem.
Wait, we gotta do the suppository, bud. That's the whole reason why we're doing it.
Alright.
You look like a golfer in that hat.
Yeah. also dig this out.
I think you have a tea time.
Yeah, it's just a tea time.
See if you can finally take down Tiger.
It's a good thing too.
An idea.
Get the suppositories and do what we're going to do. Yeah, I get him up. I asked him if he wants to do an IC, means the internal catheter. I bring him up and bring to the restroom. This internal catheter. Use this one for his urinating, of course. As soon as I get him to the bathroom, yeah, I go straight here and set up his meal. This wheelchair, we're charging this every night. Two pills. It doesn't have much.
Because let's be honest, I don't know if Bynum's going to be back for the playoff.
Yeah, he's a really cool guy. You know, I really love to work for him for the rest of my life. Yeah, as much as possible.
My situation was awkward to say the least, and I didn't know if I was ever gonna have anybody love me again. You know, when you go through something like this, you don't know how the world is going to perceive you, and you're not ready for it, and it's tough. My friends were amazing. That was my support system. That's what got me through it. It's actually funny, when I was in the hospital and I couldn't talk for about 2 months, my friends brought me a SpongeBob SquarePants stuffed animal. They put it right next to my face. And my other friends came in and they saw me and SpongeBob, so they went and got me more SpongeBob SquarePants stuff. So I got a SpongeBob SquarePants hats, stickers, t-shirts, posters, boxer shorts, greeting cards, coloring books, cardboard cutouts, ice cream, a piñata. 2 months go by, I get the tubes out, and my friends and family are eagerly awaiting with bated breath my first words, and I look up at them and I say, I never liked SpongeBob SquarePants. And if I didn't break my neck, I wouldn't have met this one over here. Katy and I are engaged. It's so cute. Yeah, we're engaged. She didn't say no, right? Yeah. I was doing rehab at Rancho Los Amigos. It's a rehabilitation center right over here in Downey. She walked by in her titanium alloy Terminator, I'm gonna kill you legs, and I couldn't look away. I thought it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen in my life. We set up a phone date, and I talked to her for 2 hours. We talked, and I don't talk to anybody for longer than 2 minutes on the phone. I just can't do it. Then we scheduled the date, and it was a 6-hour date, and it felt like it went by in 2 seconds. It was a spark that I don't know, it just ignited in my heart, in my soul, in my spirit, and it's something that everybody sees in her. And I'm just thrilled that I met her, I'm thrilled that I know her, and I'm beyond thrilled that I actually get to marry her and spend the rest of my life with her. It's one of those, you know, crazy things that you look at this and you can say every single thing in this world happens for a reason.
Even the things that seem to be like something that you could just be like, oh, why me, why, blah, blah, blah. Maybe there's a lesson that you need to learn in there somewhere, and if you can step back and really see what it is that maybe you're supposed to take away from the situation, or maybe you're meant to have certain things happen to you so that you can do what it is that you're meant to do in this world.
is a life curveball that nobody's ever ready for. You go 30 years in your life, you are prepared to live your life that way. It's relearning everything. And then, after 3 years, you realize that it's just a physical thing. I'm exactly the same person that I've always been. But the difference is, and the reason why it's better now, is because now the little things don't bug me. You lose your keys, you get stuck in traffic, toilet's backed up, whatever it might be. That stuff just doesn't bother you anymore. And you realize the things that really matter. I found love. I found Katy. This would not have I would not have her if this did not happen. She is the most amazing person I've ever met. She's so cool, she's so fun, she's so interesting, she's funny, she's beautiful, she's sexy, and I don't know what I would do without her. And I ask her all the time where she came from. And she says, Alabama. All right.
Look how close I was. And that, my friends, is called precision driving. Hi, how are you? Okay, what's going on?
I proposed to Katy Sullivan after we had been together for a year and about 8 months. She was coming with me to do pool therapy. I do pool therapy at the Northridge Hospital, and unbeknownst to her, I had been working with my therapist for about 4 months, figuring out how I could get down on a knee. The only way that I can get down on a knee is in the pool. And we got there, and I had the ring in my bag, and I had called ahead, let them know that today was the big day. And I got in the pool. She sits in my wheelchair when I'm in the pool. Not knowing what was going on behind her, there was another therapist getting the ring out of my bag and putting it right in front of me. So while she was emailing, all of this stuff was going on. I'm on a knee. I've got one therapist to my left, one therapist to my right, and I look up. Hey, I got something to ask you.
What?
Will you marry me? Yeah? She cried. She said yes. And then she did the sweetest thing ever by getting out of the wheelchair and laying on the ground so she could kiss my face. And she kissed me, and we both cried, and I looked to my left, my therapist was bawling her eyes out, and I looked to my right, my other therapist was bawling her eyes out.
Now stand up. I will marry you if you stand up.
My fiance has no legs. That makes me happy. It's true. I feel bad that you laughed. Don't. It is hilarious. But yeah, she's a world-class athlete. Absolutely amazing. She's a legless sprinter. Whilst I am a stand-up comedian. And we are the poster children for oxymoron cereal. It's a pretty fascinating thing. We met it in rehab. I hate saying that we met in rehab because it sounds like on an ecstasy-laced mushroom trip, while double-dosing morphine, he chopped her legs off and she threw him off a mountain. Tune in Friday night at 8 p.m. on A&E for Stilts and Spokes.
How's it going formally, Jay?
I'm good, how are you?
So, tell me what's going on with your
vocation and your avocation, Jay? What events are coming up next?
Let's see. My birthday's on Wednesday.
Happy birthday, Jay. What is your overall vitality, Jay?
1,000%.
Perfect. Any changes in nutrition status?
I'm good.
Any changes in hydration status?
I'm good.
Any changes in skin status?
Good.
How about your exercise history this week?
Standing frame every day.
Perfect.
And I've done the weights, I think, 2 or 3 times.
Jay was classified as a C5-6 Asia B incomplete spinal cord injury. An incomplete spinal cord injury means that the neural pathways are intact. So Jay came in here with a lot of movement capability. So it's hard to go from nothing to something. It's easy to go from something to something better. When Jay came in, he was barely able to move his arm toward his mouth. So one of the major goals is to be able to self-feed, to self-dress, to transfer yourself. The whole goal to raise your arms over your head is to make sure that you can take your shirt off, take your shirt, put your shirt on, take your hat off, put your hat on. When I first met Jay, I told him, you will now consider yourself a professional athlete of the small muscle groups and the stabilizing muscle groups. Jay's balance has improved, his posture's improved, pain has decreased. The whole goal with spinal cord injury is to recognize it's an injury, and people recover from injuries. So you have to stay in shape while you wait. While you wait for what? While you wait for the cure. Whenever someone is spinal cord injured, the ultimate goal is to walk. The ultimate goal is to relearn how to walk. It's an unbelievable feeling to have my client tell me that they feel that their toe is about to move, and then to see that flicker, where there's a spark, there's a flame, where there's a flame, there's a fire. And then through movement, we see improvements. When I met Christopher Reeves, he said, if you can't exercise standing up, exercise sitting down. If you can't exercise sitting down, exercise lying down. If you can't exercise lying down, then think about movement, because movement is improvement. So ultimately, it's through directed mental focus that recovery is possible.
Okay, to the thigh. Okay, great. Up, straight up and down. You know, I never say never. It's hard with incomplete injuries because you don't really know how much return they're going to get. Usually you get the most return within like maybe a year after the injury. There is a possibility of some return. So like what we've been doing with Jay is we've been having him walk a little bit in the pool, in the parallel bars, because he's got some mobility. He's able to walk a little bit. But on land, we haven't been able to transition to land just because it's so much effort.
Roll the left arm back.
There's a hole behind. I mean, if you can't try Katy Sullivan. I want to try on at least one of the ones I tried on before, but I have another one that I have seen since. Okay, sure. That I want to try. Today is exactly 12 weeks before the wedding, like to the day. And you have to pretty much get your dress by 12 weeks. I really hope I know it when I see it. How do you feel about this dress? I'd like to see it. I'm probably, with this dress, I would probably wear my hair down. I don't know about wearing a crown.
The bra's too big and the dress is too big in the old sizes.
Okay.
So she's lost major weight.
All right.
So I'm gonna grab a clip for her, but if you want to come in and bail her real quick, and then I'll grab some clips.
It's definitely
too big.
Too big. This is like the better version of the dress I just had on. I want to see what would happen if I wore it without the thing underneath.
I do too.
I like it. What do you think? Do you like it?
It's like real, like you're getting, it's real. So different. I don't know.
You want to stare? Yes, I can. That's my favorite. Me too. I really like it. I do. I'm really happy.
We are right now going to make some modifications to Katy's running prosthesis so that we can achieve a better fit, so that they're secure, comfortable, so that she can race well. The sockets have to fit her very intimately. We need to enhance some flexibility so that when she gets down into her aggressive starting position, that there's not going to have any impingement up in her body, so that she can have complete freedom of movement. Once we secure the inner liner inside the frame, we're going to try it back on and make sure that the contours of the socket are fitting her better. Then we'll be able to focus on our alignment and make sure that she's tuned up and ready to race. All right, today we're going to be working on dialing in Katy's alignment. We're out at the track, the best place to be. Because things happen so quickly, we can use the video camera to slow down her gait cycle and really fine-tune her performance. So. All right, whoa, whoa, whoa. Damn, girl.
I'm feeling a little bit uneasy. I think where the fear comes in is that when I hurt myself last summer, I still have pain from that. And so that is where, you know, fear comes in of like, I don't want to hurt myself worse. I don't want to be doing something I shouldn't be doing. And you know, then of course the mind starts to do its own thing about like, why are you doing this anyway? It doesn't matter. Why are you wasting your time? So gotta do some mind work. I have been training my tuchus off. I've been working really hard and really focusing, and you know, at this point it's this is it. I mean, you just gotta lay it down and leave everything, sweat, tears, blood, all on the track, and just know that the work you did is gonna pay off. My goals today are to run a solid race, stay loose, and to focus on the goal of getting to the finish line as quick as possible.
On your marks, set.
Well, what's that like? You know, we got a heat finally for all your young ladies out here.
It's ladies' night! It's really exciting. It's exciting that more women are starting to be included and pushing past what they feel like is possible. So it's really exciting.
I'm learning a lot this year, definitely. I'm just lucky to be able to run next to Katy, who, you know, is American record holder for, you know, X amount of years. So, I mean, it's fun to have somebody to chase for sure.
Outstanding. Give these young ladies a wonderful hand as they are representing and pioneering in the sport for the young ladies with the T42s.
as far as I'm concerned, and I think as far as everybody in this room is concerned, the sky is the limit. Good luck to both of you.
Thank you guys so much for coming tonight, and my amazing, and I mean that, amazing and supportive parents.
I want to say thank you so much for everybody coming out. I'm excited for Jay to be part of my family and incredible group of friends. Thank you so much, and you're all real neat.
Oh, you're stuck with me. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. You haven't been here in a minute.
I know, it's been a while.
On Saturdays.
I know.
I was like, James not here on
I'm
Saturday.
back now.
So what is our topic for today?
You said sex.
Sex. Okay, why do we have sex? What does sex do for us?
You said what? What was that?
Why do we have sex, and what does sex do for us?
Pleasure.
Pleasure. We got two pleasures over here. Anybody else think of something else? What?
Sometimes it's love. I don't know if it's love.
Sometimes it's love. That was pretty quick. That was pretty quick.
Usually people do it for the love, or do it to just
Usually it takes about 10-15 minutes before somebody comes up with love as a reason to have sex. So that's very good. People with injuries above this area, that T12 to that T10 to L2 area, are not going to be able to have. Wait a minute. Not going to be able to have mental or psychogenic erections. Okay? So they're not going to be able to think up an erection or the engorgement. But, and this is what you were talking about, when you are touched, when the person is touched, and even if it's not sexual touching, it's just washing or putting on the condom or something like that, when the genitals are touched, the message goes in, makes a reflex loop, and comes back out, and the person has a reflex erection. Okay? So basically, the good news is that everyone here can have, and that all the men can have an erection, and the ladies can have vaginal lubrication and have clitoral and labial engorgement, okay? After spinal cord injury, men produce fewer sperm, and the sperm they produce don't swim as well because the sperm get to where they're going by swimming over the liquid. They're not in little wheelchairs. There is probably going to be some profound change, some serious change in your ability to father children. The same infertility treatment that works in able-bodied people will work in somebody with spinal cord injury. There are people with spinal cord injury who have tried home method. Like there's a vibrator you can buy that you put on the head of the penis, and it vibrates and causes an ejaculation that way. And you can catch the sperm, put it in a turkey baster, and then inseminate your partner that way.
Today is the LA Marathon, and there's a group of dedicated individuals, all of whom are disabled, physically disabled. We all use some kind of mobility device like a wheelchair, and what we're going to do today is we're going to go down to the finish line, and whether we're whether somebody has completed 26.2 miles or 26.2 inches isn't the point. We're going to stand up around 1 o'clock and we're going to walk across the finish line collectively. The event today is a culmination in some cases of a few months of training or a few years of training of standing up and walking.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming here today. What I see is an awesome sight of awesome individuals. When you look at the t-shirt, it says team. That stands for together, each achieves more. You are here because of your long-term, dedicated commitment to therapeutic exercise. You understand the benefits of training. You understand and have a good working knowledge of the ongoing benefits of therapeutic exercise. But most importantly, you are here as an inspiration. Ladies and gentlemen, you are here today representing yourself, representing your family, representing your community, and most importantly, representing the work. We have to collectively keep moving forward. And since today is Memorial Day, I'd just like to take a minute to honor and remember those clients who are here today with us in spirit. Thank you very much. Let's go out there and make history. Let's go.
This is only my second time ever walking with these. Yeah, I've been paralyzed now for 8 years. How about this?
Performance to the podium. Just step forward. Right. Good job. Make sure your feet off the house. There you go. Big smile. There you go.
Oh my God.
How do you feel, Tiffany?
I feel very sad.
There you go. Excellent. Thumbs up, Peter.
I'm like shaking. That was awesome. Good job.
Is that the first time you took your second step
That's the most.
outdoors?
Oh yeah, first step at outdoor. This is only my second time.
Every day that I stand is an amazing feeling. And today, that same feeling was boosted by the fact that the crowd was cheering and that I was able to share that same feeling with another 13 or 14 people.
What, that's all you got? Come on, clap louder! I was totally kidding.
We're live in Los Angeles, where tonight some of the funniest comics from all around are competing for LA's funniest comic. Let's go inside and meet some of the contestants. And where are you from originally?
I'm from Oklahoma.
Eugene, Oregon.
Palmdale, up in the high desert. Got the capital of the world. What? I'm actually from here, not the club, and I'm from LA.
Well, I'm an Army brat, so I grew up a little bit everywhere.
Yeah, I'd really like to win. It'd be a nice thing for me to be the funniest person in Los Angeles after just 2 years would be a big deal for me.
Anytime you go to a spot at the Improv, it's always fun, so.
A very, very funny man. You've seen him on The Tonight Show on HBO. Make some noise for Jay Cramer.
This is Keanu Reeves in The Matrix. You have to imagine slow motion bullets whizzing by me. Morpheus! Trinity! All right, this is Luke Skywalker having a difficult time operating the belly gunner on the Millennium Falcon. There's too many! There's too many! There's too many! This is really just a big jungle gym. I gotta tell you that I am a little bit peeved with Barack Obama because a few months ago he lifted the ban on stem cells. You know what that means? Soon I will be walking. You know what that means? Soon I will have less than 5 jokes left. Thank you guys so much. My name is Jay Cramer, and I will walk again.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to find out who the winners are? Your first place winner in the headliner category for the funniest comic in Los Angeles is... First place winner is Jay Cramer.
Those are the runners and riders for the 100 metres, the T42 final. Gold, silver and bronze on offer. Smits of the Netherlands in lane 1. Lopez of France in 2. Zielinska of Poland in 3. One of the favourites will be Caironi of Italy in lane 4. Schmidt of Germany in 5. Cartwright Australia in 6. Lowe of Germany in 7. Sullivan of the States in 8. And Eric Cello of Australia in 9. Just asking for quiet in the stadium. The T42 final for leg amputees. Martini Caironi, world record holder in lane 4. Okay. There was just a shout somewhere in the crowd there that unsettled everybody. So that's a warning, a green card. No one gets disqualified with a green card. And here we go. Women's 100 metres, T42. And it's the Australian who's away well. Cartwright from Australia, Schmidt from Germany, and Caironi from Italy in the blue coming forward now. Caironi from Italy going well. The Australian Cartwright coming back at her. Schmidt from Germany in 3rd. But it's Caironi from Italy who gets the gold medal. Cartwright from Australia gets silver. And Jana Schmidt from Germany gets bronze. This is the spirit of the Paralympic Games. Big hug from the Australian. And it's a new world record, 15.87. She's taken .02 off her own world record, and she's delighted. Vanessa Lowe of Germany in fourth, Ericello of Australia, ahead of Katy Sullivan, Ua Zielinska, Marge Schmitz and Oriana Lopez.
You're doing
Cross
great.
breeze.
Maureen, I want to lay back.
Okay. To the bride, to our great friend Katy, I'm in your wedding ring. We love you. I'm gonna cry.
I'm either gonna laugh or cry.
Have chosen to write your own vows, which means that the self-written vows discount that I give, you're both getting. I don't have to do them. Katy, would you like to begin?
Jay, you have been my best friend, mentor, playmate, confidant, and partner. You make me happier than I ever could have imagined. And I love you more than I ever thought possible. I promise to encourage your individuality, to nurture your dreams, to never wear Colts colors to a Super Bowl party when the Bears are playing, to share with you the joys of life, to always try my best, and to try to keep a sense of humor. But most of all, I promise to be a true and loyal friend to you. May my heart be your shelter, and may my arms be your home. I love you.
I love you. I love that you are neat. I love how you act out the film strip guy jumping off the cup every time we go to the movies. I love your laugh. I love that you laugh at me when I cry at movies. I love that you scream at the TV while watching The Bachelor. I love that we finish each other's sentences. I love when Michigan scores a touchdown, I say go blue, and you say go yellow pants. I love it no matter how bad my day is or how awful things can get or things are, I can always come back home to you no matter what. I love that you are my home. I love it when I ask where you came from, you say, Alabama. I love that you make my heart smile. I love you so much. And my only vow is every single day of my life to continue to find new things to love about you. Do you, J. Brian Cramer, take Kathleen Bridget Sullivan to be your lawfully wedded wife? Do you, Kathleen Bridget Sullivan, take J. Brian Cramer to be your lawfully wedded husband?
I do.
By the powers vested in me by the both of you, I now pronounce you man and wife. Katy, you may kiss the groom.